Live preparing, and this meeting is being the live stream. All right, so hello and happy, what are we? Thursday, happy Thursday. We are, oh my God, halfway through April already. So how are you guys feeling? Today is such a special day, and I mean, high frequency Thursdays are something I am excited for. We had a change of time today because of me. Just too much stuff on the go. My brain has been all over. I overscheduled. So how many of you here has been way off, not off, but like maybe missing things, or sometimes you might be realizing, oh shoot, I double booked myself, or I know I've been making a little bit of mistakes, but I think it's changing seasons, get into the spring and a lot of projects on the go. But I know the energy has been, we talk a lot about how our energy has been. This week has been a lot of completion. So things are getting done. And then I realize as I get things done, the to-do list more gets added, but it's such a great energy. And I know you're going to talk about that, Brianna. So for those who do not know, my friend, my guest, Brianna, she is going to introduce herself, but she's been talking to us about different things. Last week, we learned about chakras. She talks about some crystals and different things. We talk about different ways that we can work our chakras, that we can work during, like, we have a full moon coming up. So we're going to give a little bit of tips on what we're doing, what we're learning, and why we're doing it. So when you're seeing this, say hello if you are live, and say bonjour if you are on the replay, or type in replay. I'm in New Brunswick, Canada, and I'm super excited to be doing this with you ladies tonight. Well, I say ladies, with you guys tonight, because let's face it, there must be men out there watching too. So say hello. And Brianna, while I share this video to a few places, can you introduce yourself and let us know what we're going to be talking about tonight a little bit more deeper? Thank you.
Of course. Hello, everybody. As Sonia said, my name is Brianna DeWitt, and I am here in Omaha, Nebraska. And we are going to continue our talk about chakras. We talk a lot about energy and the ways to move your energy, change your energy, heal your energy. And we made it all the way through 4 chakras last time, starting with the root and the heart. And we broke them down and talked about where they're located, what they're associated with, different personal growth areas, as well as different crystals that you can use to work with your chakras, and different essential oils and aromatherapy scents that you can use. So with that being said, after we go through these last 3 chakras, we're going to see if we have some time to talk about cleansing crystals and full moon rituals and full moon associations. Like, what does the energy mean when it's a full moon? How can you work with it? How can you harness that energy? And then moon water. We always talk about moon water.
Nika's
so
been
good.
asking every day. He's like, because he sees me drinking in the cup that we've done moon water with, and he's like, "Did you do moon water?" Like looking at me like I'm like cheating on him. I'm like, no, not yet.
I love that.
I'll tell you. Yeah.
My kids love moon water too. It is super refreshing.
It is.
So I want to just go ahead and jump right in. And like I said, we had talked about where the chakras are located, and we made it all the way up to the throat. And so that is where I'm going to start today. That is your 5th chakra. And the association is the color blue. And it's right here in this hollow of your throat. And it regulates everything in that area, just like the other chakras do. So if we're talking about one in your stomach, it handles those organs and intestines and things like that. So your throat regulates your thyroid, your mouth, your throat, your teeth, jaw, neck, ears, upper lungs, shoulders, and tongue. And now I have just naming off the places that your throat chakra regulates, I can tell you right there that that's a big one that I work with and have experience ailments in. So what we had discussed last week was you locate that. So I have located sometimes I get tightness in my jaw. I have tightness in my shoulders. And so you locate where your energy imbalance is or blockage may be, and then you learn about how you can change that and then apply different techniques. So the throat chakra is associated with communication, your willpower, speaking your truth, and self-expression. And setting boundaries is another one. So personal growth areas that you can work on are effective communication. There's lots of communication that goes on, but not all of it is effective. My ear just started ringing right when I was saying that. They're like, yep, you're right on track with that.
I've been working a lot on that, I've got to say, because I used to be a terrible communicator, and it's because I was always afraid to hurt the other person. So sometimes I would not say what I should have said, and I would just keep it for myself, and then it would sometimes go out the wrong way. And I speak some words and I expect other people to think I'm saying a word. Sometimes my husband's like, I know what you want to say, you're saying the wrong. I'm like, no. And I communicate very well. Now it's different. Now I catch myself. So I've been working on that chakra, because when you did say these things, and just the way that I know it's something that I've always needed to work on, because I'm so passionate and sometimes my emotions get in the way. So just to step back and really listen to others and communicate, to want to be heard, but also want to listen to. I don't know if this makes any sense, but I just felt called, because it really does. It's something that I've had a hard time with doing, because people, I get misunderstood. Being French, I work with English people 90% of the time, and I really get misunderstood. And often I use the wrong words or backwards, and we still understand each other, but that's been something that I've learned. So I think working the chakras definitely is helping with that part.
I definitely agree. And I can relate to all of those things that you said. You know, you don't want to hurt someone's feelings, but then when you hold back and you don't self-express, or you don't speak your truth, then you are ultimately, you know, harnessing that energy and keeping it and not letting it go. And that's where after time, your shoulders will get tight, your jaw might get tight. And I feel like I have done good work on my throat, because I usually have TMJ pain, and I go to the chiropractor a lot, twice a month. And it was more frequent before that, because I was in so much pain just all through this whole area. And knowing that it's the throat and finding different techniques to work with it has definitely helped me. I have cats.
Is that a cat? I was gonna say, is that a kid or a cat?
It's two of them.
Okay. I just heard like meow, 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 as if like,
they were yelling at each other. So I set aside a couple blue crystals to show you guys. I had on my list turquoise, blue kyanite, which I have this giant piece of blue kyanite right here.
Nice. Love it.
That's the blades of blue through there. And then sodalite I have sitting right here too is another pretty one. I love this deep blue color.
Love that.
And then lapis lazuli and celestite. What is your favorite blue crystal, Sonia? Do you have a favorite that's blue?
I mean, I have a lot of different blue, but I have, like, when you said blue crystal, I saw blue apatite, like a heart in my mind. Yeah, but I am attracted to all of what you've shown, you know what I mean? So I like that. And I'm wearing some blue pants today, so I don't know if it matters. And there's some moons on it too, and they're
awesome. I love those.
Stellar or whatever, like intergalactic pants. I love it.
It's perfect.
That. I was looking, I'm I didn't grab blue crystals today, but I have a purple crystal. But
yeah, purple's next. So you save that one.
There you go.
I have sodalite on my bracelet here. and then the whole rainbow there they call that a chakra bracelet because you get one that resonates with each one there.
I have
and then
one
I actually have blue on my ring too, which is some chrysocolla in there.
Nice.
And
yeah,
then
I
as
took
far
off
as
everything. I went to the pool today, so I took off everything. So I just but usually I would have
your veil, and you're wearing your yellow and your necklace that you use for, you had mentioned before.
Yeah.
For Heather, right?
Yes. Oh, I don't have that one. I took that off because I was going at the pool, but yeah, I've been wearing it all week.
I thought so because it's a longer chain and I can't see the end of it.
No,
so
it's a McCream, and it's like, I don't even know what it is. It's a purple stone in there. And it's
awesome.
see-through. It looks like a glass thingy, but yeah.
I need one of those.
Yeah, you can actually put any crystals in there. So I'll definitely, I'll get some, and then I'll send some for gifts.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I love it.
We have essential oils next on the list for your throat, and it's almost every single one that I use on a daily basis, which is lavender, because lavender is soothing, calming, helps with inflammation. Eucalyptus, peppermint, tea tree, frankincense, and rosemary. I have been actually putting eucalyptus on my chest, and peppermint. You can tell I have a little bit of congestion going on, and it really does help ease this whole area. And your upper lungs are ruled by your throat chakra too. So
I couldn't even tell, but definitely.
What was that?
I said I couldn't even tell that you said you could tell your congestion. I couldn't tell, and when you said it, so it must work very good.
It helps definitely. And Josh is even asking for it too, my husband. So it works when the men are asking for it.
Mine was diffusing last week. I was like, I'm so proud. I was like, oh,
that's awesome.
Moment. He's like, what kind? Right? I'm like, whatever one you feel called to, just take that one. And he's like smelling them, and like I love it. Like, just go and do what you gotta do, and so
that's perfect.
It took years.
Gotta start somewhere, right?
Right, exactly. They are coachable, ladies, just to let you know. Like, for years he's like thinking I'm like weird, and he still thinks I'm weird, but just the things that have changed in our lives. And most often I was hoping he would, and then I'm like, I'm just gonna do it myself. And by seeing me and the changes, then he's like, I want that. I want to feel zen. Right. I want to feel better like her. And like, they're following along. So yay for husband that listens to the wives, because we are most often right.
And leading by example is always a good way to just be and lead, and people will follow, like you say, when they see that it's working for you and you're making positive changes. Sometimes that's what it takes.
Definitely.
The last thing I have for your throat is speak your truth, say what you mean, and mean what you say. And that is a good way to keep that energy. Like you said, don't hold it back. You might have to rein it back. You might have to control it. You might have to change what you would say.
Yeah.
But not saying anything is not the answer either. And singing, chanting, humming, or reading aloud, just working that vocal area is another great way to work your throat. Drinking teas to soothe your throat, like peppermint or spearmint, and wearing the color blue, especially light blue, which I don't have a ton of light blue clothing.
Me neither.
It's interesting when you think about it, right? I think I have like 1 or 2 t-shirts that are light blue, and that's probably about it.
Oh, I have my Stay Woke tank top. So
nice.
Yeah, with the eye on it. Yeah.
I love that. My next tattoo is going to be a third eye, or not a third eye, but an evil eye tattoo in the third eye. They're kind of the same. And that is actually the next chakra on the list. That is the third eye right here.
It's been crazy this week. Right? I don't know if you feel that, and I don't know if you guys that are watching feel that, but it's been like, my husband looked at me yesterday and he's like, are you going to be okay? Because like, he looked and he's like, you look like, and I take edibles sometimes, and and he's like, did you take one of those Delta 8s? And actually, I was supposed to bring one to take one on the show because I went for a massage today, so I'm like, I'll just sleep good tonight, right? And I forgot, so I'll take one after. But and I'm like, no, I didn't take one, but thanks for the reminder. And he's like, no, you look like totally out of it. And I'm like, I want a high. Like, business has been crazy busy. And yesterday had like 8 meetings in different countries, and it was like boom, boom, boom. And he's looking, he's like, I'm afraid for you. And I'm like, don't worry, it's all good. Like,
I got this.
We know our limits. Like, I know my limits. And I'm like,
Right.
that's why I go take a bath at 2 PM. And that's why, like, sometimes I'm like, I need my little break, and I burn some stuff. And I, like, I do. That's why I have these crystals, and I take my drops or my sprays. And he's just like, no, seriously, like, I used to overwork at the garage as a mechanic. I see you. I don't want you to do the same thing. And I'm like, I'm passionate, I'm happy. But the thing is I know how to balance. Like, at the end of the month, we have a 3-day family road trip, which I will probably not really work. And we do that every month. We take a little bit of time, and just, so it's all about balancing. But anyways,
Yes,
I went off topic,
awesome.
but I just wanted to say how this has been buzzing all week. And I wasn't sure if it was just because of the busyness and all the things that's happening, or if it's all over for a lot of different people. Maybe you can talk about that. Like, are we all synchronized? Like, do we all feel the third eye at the same time because of a moon and this and that? Or is it different spiritual, different growth, different? Do you know what I'm trying to ask here? Like, are we?
Yeah, I do. And I actually was reading about the effects of the full moon earlier, and and how it affects your body, and the scientific facts behind it are interesting for me to look at, because it's been proven, and then I don't have to sit here and think, is it just me? When the full moon, or when the moon is illuminated at 90% or more, when you're getting close to that full moon, there's more light in the sky. And so we as humans and animals are affected by that increased moonlight. And it tells your gland right here in the middle to produce less melatonin, which helps you sleep. So people actually scientifically lose 30 minutes or 25 minutes, I think they were saying, of sleep, and sleep not as deeply during the moon, because you're getting all that light, and it's stimulating you. And if you are more sensitive to the energy, you very well could feel that buzzing. Some people might mistake it as something else, maybe they think it's not spiritual related. But I think we all really, I think leading up to the full moon is crazier than the actual full moon itself.
It is. And sometimes the aftermath too. It's just crazy. I know for the kids too, it's just like, what did they eat today? Like, seriously, I really have to watch. And my kid doesn't have soy or dairy, so he has like hardly any like chocolate or dyes, and like, he's really natural. So when he's acting like that, we're trying to think what he ate, but we're like, it's the moon.
Yeah, I believe that with Mika, definitely, that he can feel that. And so it regulates your pituitary glands, your eyes, nose, sinuses, head, and face. And so that whole area, everything, like I said, your eyes, it just makes more sense. All those intense senses, your nose, your sight. And then it's associated with wisdom, detachment, which is something that you learn in your spiritual growth, discernment, which is also something that evolves during that process, inspiration, knowledge, and trusting a higher source.
I have to burn something else.
And the crystals associated, so it's indigo. So we're kind of in between a purple and a blue here. Lapis lazuli is great for your third eye. I actually know someone that says they won't use lapis because it just sets off their psychic abilities too strongly for them, and they're like, I cannot deal with lapis. I don't have that personal experience, but everybody's different. Amethyst, purple fluorite, lepidolite, and then clear quartz is also great for your third eye. I have lepidolite right here, which I absolutely
Love it.
love this stuff.
That must be why I've been really attracted to the purple and the purple stones. And yeah, I like
They're
that.
calming. They
They help
help
us to
you.
sleep too, right? You
Yep.
told me that. Yep.
Yep. And then amethyst I have sitting here too, which I am a huge amethyst fan. I realize I have like 5 pieces of it in my living room alone. So huge amethyst fan. It is everywhere in my house. And then lavender, being purple, is a good way to remember that it's associated with your third eye. Also very calming. Clary sage is one of my new favorite essential oils. I think anybody who has
that
that
right now.
loves
Look at this
it.
beauty. This is the most beautiful bottle of clary sage ever, just because it has the purple on it too. And these actually, they went, they're the mantra, and they went with chakra colors. So like when
Yeah.
you look at essential oils, you can have oils that could match more with the chakras in that. I'm just so proud. But
We
clary
have a
sage.
visitor.
Oh, there you go. Oh, it turned off
Whoops.
your camera.
Sorry, I clicked on the wrong thing. He was meowing again and he wanted to come say hi.
What's his
This
name?
is Thunder. He's a black cat.
Thunder.
You can only kind of see him.
Yeah,
But yeah, I have all of those lined up behind me too, starting with the orange and the frankincense all the way down to eucalyptus and the green. I absolutely love these. They're made with the hemp seed oil. And so they are already diluted down with a carrier oil that will moisturize your skin. And so I use them on my face and stuff like that. My hair, I love it. Ways that you can work with your third eye is acting on your gut instincts that you receive to strengthen your intuition. So working with that intuition, I actually had a friend tell me earlier, that's the second time you told me that you didn't go with the first thing that you thought. Why are you doubting your intuition?
Yeah.
You know better than that. And I'm like, you are so right. I don't know.
We got to trust that gut.
Definitely. You can wear dark blue or indigo to resonate with your third eye and eat dark colored foods. Eggplant, blueberries, blackberries, prunes, and beets. Those are all kind of a purplish red. What was that?
I was gonna say, does chocolate count as dark food?
I mean, what's your intention?
Oh, every time I eat chocolate now, it's just so beautiful for my body and it does me good. That's whatever chocolate.
I need to try that chocolate that you're talking about, the Beyond chocolate.
I got an order today, so I didn't open the box yet, but my husband's like, what's that, chocolate? I'm like, probably. And he gives me the box and I'm like, it actually is chocolate. Because I order my chocolate online because Mika's allergic to everything. And I figure if I'm going to be eating good, healthy chocolate, might as well order for me. So it's been like a year or two I ordered chocolate online, but I mean, that's awesome stuff, right? It has spinach in it. Like, come on.
I know. And we talked about on the last live with the energy in your stomach, your sacral and your solar, working that gut health and having healthy bacteria in your stomach, that actually can increase your happiness. And so definitely important to eat healthy.
We got a birthday girl on, so I just wanted to stop and say, hey, Leslie,
hey.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Leslie. I hope you're having a good day.
Yeah.
We are to the last chakra here, and it is your crown right on the top of your head. It works the skull in your brain, and it's associated with grace, beauty, oneness with all, understanding, and enlightenment. And personal growth areas are mental health, knowledge, and spiritual enlightenment. And we have purple crystals, again, amethyst, clear quartz, but the new ones on the list are labradorite, moonstone, and selenite, which are 3 of my favorite crystals.
I'm such a crystal
Moonstone.
geek now.
I have
Oh,
a
look at
cloud of
that.
moonstone. This is one of my favorite crystals ever.
Beautiful.
And selenite. I have a little baby selenite.
I love that.
Frankincense is great for your crown. Peppermint, lavender, and sandalwood. And you can practice gratitude to work with your crown chakra, meditation, and wearing purple or white.
Love that. I love how
So
colors mean so much now, right?
I know, right? And I'm like, why? I always love rainbow and tie-dye. Now I'm just calling it chakra. Like everything rainbow is just chakra to me now. But if people would ask me, what's your favorite color? I'm like, tie-dye.
I say multicolor camo because I mean we're like a camo in the woods to have a family, but now it's like tie-dye, anything like that. And I look at my choice of clothing and it's just I vary, but yeah, no, I definitely like tie-dye stuff too. So you said you're wearing tie-dye pants. We should have next time we do tie-dye pants together.
Kind of see if I can lift my leg up.
Love it.
I want to get to cleansing crystals really quick. Or what do you want to talk about? Cleansing crystals or the moon water? What, we only have a few minutes.
Cleansing crystals and moon water. I might go live with Mika or something on Saturday when we're doing it. Or if we have a minute or two after, we can talk about it. Yep.
So cleansing crystals?
Yep.
Is that what you, okay. I wrote down 5 different ways that you can cleanse your crystals. I know them by heart, but I want to make sure that I don't miss one while I, am on a tangent, probably. You can cleanse your crystals with water, regular tap water, salt water, or rain water. And you have to make sure that the crystals, this cat is so loud, that the crystals are water safe. And a general rule is that softer crystals are not water safe. And crystals ending in the word "ite" are generally not water safe.
Good to know.
But if you know the name of your crystal, always look it up before you submerge it in water. Quartz and all forms of quartz are very hard and they are water safe. You can use natural light to cleanse your crystals, sunlight or moonlight. It doesn't have to be the full moon to set your crystals out, but full moon and different phases of the moon have different types of energy. So it's all about your intent. And you can also use the sunlight, but we caution you that the brighter crystals like fluorite and amethyst, they can fade in the sun. So I like to just bring them outside during the nighttime to get that lunar energy and then bring them back when I wake up. And you can set them on the ground, having them on the soil. Some people even said burying them, but I'm like, I don't think I want to suggest that because I don't want people to lose their crystals. Like for years it told me to bury it. Now I can't find it. But just setting it on the ground, having it in touch with the earth is a great way to cleanse and charge your crystal. Smoke cleansing, I think, is what most people are interested in how you do that. And you had Palo over there. I have Yerba Santa right here. And what you do, you can use incense. You can use anything with smoke. And you light your bundle and you move the crystal through the smoke and you leave it in the smoke for 10 to 30 seconds, whatever feels right to you. So just having that crystal in the smoke is what is cleansing it. You can wave the smoke with your hand towards the crystal or use a feather. And then sound cleansing, you can use singing bowls, which you have yours, a tuning fork, wind chimes, or bells. And they said that this is an ideal way to cleanse a lot of crystals at once because you're sending the sound wave through the air. And if it's a big crystal and you can't move it easily, that would be, ring your sound bowl right up next to it and let it get that vibration.
Well, you're just saving me a lot of time now because saging every crystals I own, it can get really, it's like a task.
Yes, it really is when you have a lot.
I don't do it, but like sometimes I'm it's just all new. But when I do get a new crystal though, or when I leave somewhere and I come back, and then I take the sage and then I just go around the crystal a little bit, make that smoke, and I do a little dance around it. And then I didn't do it for 10, 30 seconds, maybe I'd say 5-ish, maybe 10, and then go to the next one. But it's all good to know, and all good to, it's the intention too. But this, I'm definitely gonna do that because I need to add this
right up next to it.
Yeah, it's just amazing.
I have one too back here.
I love it. Nice.
I accidentally hit that, but
yeah.
I'm going to start using this method, and it's one that I kind of forget about sometimes too, because I only have one singing bowl, but I love the sound of bells and wind chimes and things like that. I have wind chimes on my front door as a way of cleansing energy as it comes in and out of my house. And using other crystals to cleanse crystals is the last one on my list. If you have a geode or a cluster that is a bigger piece, you can set a smaller crystal inside of there and it will cleanse it for you. That one, they say it's recommended to leave it for like 24 hours. So that is a longer method of cleansing, but it's all about it's about your intuition on, does this crystal need cleansing? What does the energy feel like? Is this one feeling really heavy? Did I just take it somewhere with me that it needs to be cleansed? And then selenite, I have talked about before, setting crystals just on top of it. So if I had this crystal,
and that's when I take my earrings, and some of those have, like, I put them on there, and in my mind it's recharging for the night. My
cleansing, recharging. Selenite just cleanses and charges energy in the environment too.
Yeah.
So not just for crystals. So selenite is a great one to work with your upper chakras and cleanse your crystals and your energy.
I use it like that a lot too, and my son sees me, but I went in the antique store today, and you know, when you walk in there, it's just like there's a lot of stuff. And the first thing I did when I came to the camp, we unpacked the grocery. I would like wash my hands, unpack the grocery, lit up the sage, and then the wand. Like, I'm like double this right now.
That's,
like
it's perfect. I mean, it's a great way to be, because you don't know what you're picking up. If you want to think of an analogy of like your hands, you know, you go to cleanse your hands, you want to cleanse up that energy in your aura, and you can do that all the ways I talked about cleansing crystals works for your energy too, all energy. And I have this yerba Santa I want to show you guys really quick while Sonia is telling everybody goodbye, because we are like 4 minutes over, but I want to cleanse a crystal right in front of you guys while we are saying goodbye.
All right. So guys, we do this once a week, and we will resume back to our normal time next week. I won't screw up. Let's blame it on the moon. There is a pink moon in Libra, she said this week. We were going to be posting some stuff. I know when it gets around the full moon, we have a lot of very talented friends that has great knowledge, and they share in their Happy, Healthy, Wealthy group. If you're not in there, make sure to ask to be added. It's a private group. We sometimes talk a little bit more stuff that we wouldn't share here publicly per se. So I would love to invite you guys there. It's a safe environment, and we talk about all of these things and a lot more. And Brianna and I are now, I mean, we're not experts in these, but we are somewhat experienced in different areas of life that together it makes this, I feel so powerful. I love hanging out with her and with you guys. When we see the comments and we see what you guys are doing, I know a lot of you are going to watch the replay because we changed the time twice today, my fault. But that's one thing I want to say is that I love this industry. I love that we work on ourselves too, that Brianna was cool and adaptable to just a chill way, you know, like in the past, me and her, I don't know about her in the past, but I'm sure that she would have maybe reacted differently. And myself too, like saying, oh shoot, like I double booked, I did this, and be really guilty. And I just communicated with her properly, and I told her the truth. I'm like, I double booked. I am sorry. So we rebooked for this morning for coffee. And then I told my husband, I'm going to go live with Brianna at 11. And he's like, Sonia, you have a 45-minute drive and you have an appointment at 12. How are you going to go live? And I'm like, oh, I didn't do the right time. So I messaged her again, and she's like, that's cool. We can do it later. And I'm like, yes, we can. And I just really appreciate her chillness, and then just not feeling guilty. There's a little bit of guilt in there, but then it was like, no, that's it. And I know that all happens for a reason. And then we got to spend both our days, and here we are this evening. We got to talk about it, and I'm a lot more chill after a massage and a pool time with my son, because I needed to have that time off now than I would have been this morning. I probably would have been rushed. So the universe works in magical ways, and sometimes it just wants to give us lessons. And if we're always resistant and we don't adapt to change, then you might have it harder and go through the same lessons over and over and over. So you might needed to hear that today. Just let it go, be adaptable, pivot, and go rock your days. So be gentle on yourself with the full moon. Definitely do some extra meditation, give yourself some extra love and hugs. And I'm just going to say, I'm going to put some water near my window for moon water during the full moon. Some people put some crystals in it. I don't. I have crystals next to it, and I just intentions when I put the water there and when I drink it the next day. So that's all I do. Some people have other rituals, but I just keep it simple. I've seen people put some petals and different herbs in their water, and you're free to do what you want. I might Google it and do something different. Maybe I'll do that. I'll do a little exercise and post in the group, because I know some of you wanted to do some moon water. So, but if you got any questions for Brianna, myself, or you want to just add what you do or some chakra, anything that you want to add that can bring value to this, please do. So as always, happy, healthy, wealthy is the way to be. Thank you guys. Have a beautiful Thursday, and don't forget to vibe high. Any last words, Brianna?
Nope, just as always, thank you for being here. And something, I guess I lied, I do have a couple last words. You said just go with the flow, pivot, change. And something I had said earlier to my husband was let go or be dragged. And that's a lesson that I have learned. And I will leave you with those final words. And we will see you next time. Thank you.
Bye, guys.